Okay. Now we are expressing the velocity modulation and bunching process mathematically, as we have discussed in the previous class about two cavity klystron amplifier. Now, for that, under equilibrium condition, static energy is being equal to the kinetic energy, which is being stated over here. Once we equate this, let this be equation 1. Now, where velocity V0 is the voltage applied between anode and cathode, and V0 is the velocity of the electrons moving from cathode to anode. And now this is being taken as 2eV0 by m. It is being taken over here, and this is being V0 square. Now square root on both sides, we get V0 is equal to root of 2eV0 by m. Let this be equation 2. Now once it is being followed, once it is being given as enough the velocity here, where we are applying a voltage, we are applying an AC voltage, where you can see this is enough AC voltage which is being applied. So the AC voltage which is being applied, that is being RF input, it is being regarded as Vm sin omega t. Okay, the same Vm sin omega t, when it is being applied, see here. So this is when V1 sin omega t is the RF input which is to be amplified, is being applied. Then we have change in the velocity here. We have change in this velocity when the electron beam is being influenced by this RF input. So that when we include this Vm sin omega t in this particular expression, it becomes V1. The velocity will be different here. So that I am considering it as earlier it was half V0 square. Now the velocity will be different as RF input is being taken into consideration. So this will be equal to V1 here. Okay. So then half m V1 square it is being taken here. See, half m V1 square is being taken, which is equal to EV0 plus RF input is being included in this particular equation. So that it is being, instead of V0, it is being taken as V1 square. Now, once taking all this term to the RHS, it becomes 2E by m, and taking square root over here, V1, it becomes into square root. Now, let this be equation 3. Now, we know that 2E V0 by m. You can see the equation 2 here. Substituting the value of 2E V0 by m, we can write it as V0 over here. So this can, the root of 2E V0 by m can be written as V0. I will be replacing this particular term. Okay. So this particular term will be replaced by V0 over here. And this will be 1 by root 2. We can take a square root of this or 1 by 2, which I am going to write next equation directly. We can see here the next equation I have written here directly. So that's what I have told you. Substituting equation 2 in 3. So this particular root E V0 by m is being replaced by V0, and the root I have written as a half. Okay. And this particular equation, it can be called as velocity modulation, because we are considering V1 sin omega t, where is the RF input which is being included, so that we'll get a small modification in the kinetic energy equation with change in the velocity of the electron beam taking place within the tube. So that this particular expression, that is equation 4, can be regarded as velocity modulation. See how simple it is been, the first derivation. So that's what I told you. This is the velocity modulation equation. So what I have done, kinetic energy is been equal to the static energy, and we have been simplified here in equation 2. After that, we are considering the RF input which is being influenced to this electron beam. When we consider this, then we will be an kinetic, the static energy, which is also a term V1 sin omega t is been included. See here, V0 plus V1 sin omega t. We are adding a particular another term over here. The same I have writing over here, V1 sin omega t. And thus after simplifying, we'll get this final expression, and this will be replaced by V0, and I am writing it as a 1 by 2. So that's the equation of velocity modulation. Now, we can further simplify this particular equation by taking by expressing here in terms of Fourier series and neglecting higher order terms. Expressing this in terms of Fourier series, expanding that in Fourier series, and neglecting higher order terms, we can write once again as V1 is equal to V0 1 plus, here I am taking as 2V0. So 2V0 sin omega t, and root is being gone. Okay, so that's what we are expanding by 1 by 2. We are expanding through binomial series and neglecting higher order terms. We'll get the small modified velocity modulation equation. So that is being recorded as fifth equation. Okay, so please do remember, we'll be making use of this particular equation in the bunching process, the next derivation, whatever we are going to discuss. So we are making use of that. Okay. Now this is the second derivation. So bunching process. So this derivation, why we are doing this particular derivations, because at what distance, how much distance it has been traveling, and at what time the bunching is been taking place. Okay, so that is being expressed mathematically, and that is nothing but the derivation of bunching process of electron beam. Okay, so that it is been highlighted with a title that bunching process of electron beam, which is mathematically expressed at what distance and at what time the bunching of the electrons is been taking place. Okay, so for that I am regarding as one of the diagram. There has been applicate diagram. We can see that it is been also called as applicate diagram. Applicate diagram, and you can see here how it is been analyzed. As I have told that the electrons is being fed with influenced by negative RF, zero RF, and positive RF. The same I am representing here. So it has been one complete cycle here. So at this particular instant, time t1 indicates that the bunching is being taking place. So bunching is being taking place by the electron which is being influenced by the negative RF field, and the electron X, electron Y, and electron Z, as I have told in the previous class. So I have told you that there are three different. So that's what you can see now. So it is being influenced by X, Y, Z. So this is a retarded, electron will be retarded here, and it will be of no effect of RF field because of zero, and because of the electron will be accelerated when it is being fed with a positive RF input. The same at different cases, the electrons will be decelerated, no change, and accelerated, and they three will form a bunch here. So this is called as a bunching point. And at this T1 is the time at which the bunching is being taking place. Now, if we segregate their time intervals, we can take this is a T by 4, it has been T by 2, it has been 3T by 4. Okay, and now it is called as T minus pi by 2. It has been suffix only. Minus pi by 2 is a suffix because it minus pi by 2, this is the time interval it has been taken. And this is T plus 3 pi by 2. So this is a positive pi by 2. So this, so that I am taking as T plus pi by 2 here. So it has been of 90 plus 90 here. From here to here plus 90 here, it has been minus 90. So that minus pi by 2 here, plus pi by 2 here. And it has been T naught as it has been recorded. And here the distance in terms of time intervals, 1 by f only. 1 by f, omega is nothing but 2 pi f. 1 by f, which has been once again indirectly it specifies the time duration, so that this particular duration is being taken as pi by 2 omega, and also this particular duration is being taken as pi by 2 omega. Okay, and now after this approximation, now let us see how the bunching process is being taking place. So for that, T1, as I have told that it is a bunching time where the bunching will be taking place, and L is the distance between the drift space, the space between the two cavities. I have told that. So this is the drift space. The space between the two cavities is being taken as drift space. Okay, and we know that velocity is equal to distance by time. So up to equation 5 it is being considered. Now I am taking as equation 6. Velocity is equal to distance by time, and distance is equal to velocity into time. Here T1 minus T naught. With respect to this T naught, where it has been not influenced, I am considering this one. So this is the time, this is the velocity, and this is the distance. Okay. Now here it has been V naught is been of considered as unmodulated velocity at some reference point, and T1 minus T naught is taken a reference point. These two are at their reference points, at where the bunching will be taking place, after traveling certain amount of distance within the tube. Are you following, Andy? Are you following? Please let me know, because I'm keep on moving. It's been not good, because I want to know that. Okay, fine. Thank you, Andy. Fine. Okay, please do understand once, if you go through by yourself also, within just 5 to 10 minutes, you can understand by yourself. And now with this, it is 3 different times. L is in a standard time, at reference time, at distance at t minus 3, t minus pi by 2, we are representing here. So in these 2 different ways we can represent. Equation 7 and 8, you can see here, distance at t minus pi by 2. Distance at t minus pi by 2, it is being taken regarded as minimum velocity, because at 3 minus pi by 2, it is being influenced by the negative RF field, so that the minimum velocity, and t1 is the reference, t1 minus t minus pi by 2, t minus pi by 2. And similarly, at this particular point here, as it is being influenced by the positive RF field, the velocity will be maximum at this particular point, so that distance at t plus pi by 2 will be regarded as V maximum. And this V maximum, t minus t plus pi by 2. It is been of t plus pi by 2 here. Okay. And let this be equation 7 and 8. Now, hence, you can see here what the t minus by 2 is been regarded. You can see t minus pi by 2. This t minus pi by 2 with respect to reference time t naught. So as I have said that pi by 2 omega is also a time duration. So this t minus pi by 2 can be, this t minus pi by 2 can be written as t naught minus pi by 2 omega. T minus pi by 2 can be written as t naught minus pi by 2 omega, because it is also indirectly a time specified parameter. Okay. So omega is nothing but 2 pi f. It is nothing but 1 by f. 1 by f can be written as that time period. So indirectly, we can say that it is also a time period here. Okay. So t minus pi by 2 can be written as t naught minus pi by 2 omega. Similarly, t plus pi by 2 can be written as t naught plus pi by 2 omega. This is nothing but t naught minus this term. T plus pi by 2 is nothing but t naught plus this particular term. The same it is being written here. See here, a t minus pi by 2, t naught minus pi by 2 omega. A t plus pi by 2, it is being taken as t naught plus pi by 2 omega. So let this be equations A and B. And after that, we have a small change over here. So V minimum. So V minimum, it is been taking place when omega t is being regarded as minus pi by 2. Okay. So V minimum is being taken at Vt minus pi by 2. Now substituting this condition in equation 5, I have given as an equation 5 there. You can see this is the equation 5. So this is the equation 5. So we have to substitute here this particular condition here, omega t equal to minus pi by 2, V minimum. V minimum, which is being taken as omega t minus pi by 2. This omega t place, in the place of omega t, we need to substitute minus pi by 2. The same we can write here. So in place of omega t, so this is nothing but omega t, we have to substitute minus pi by 2. Okay. So there are two, V minimum voltage and V maximum voltage. Two equations we have. So for V maximum and V minimum, we need to substitute omega t. In place of omega t, we need to substitute minus pi by 2. Then we get these two equations. So once for V minimum, once we substitute omega t equal to minus sin 90, we'll get sin 90 is been equal to 1. So that we get minus omega 1 by 2 V naught. Here, V maximum, we get enough minus into minus, it becomes plus, so that V1 by 2 V naught. So this is nothing but equation C and D. Once we have got A, B and C, D. So we have some little bit derivation here. So where A, B, C, D, just 2 minutes we'll be doing that. It's been very simple. Okay, this is the last page to complete the derivation. See how easy it can be done. So these A, B, C, D will be substituted in A7 and equation 7 and 8. And you can see that equation 7 and 8, whatever we have got, equation 7 and 8, we are substituting the value of V minimum and V maximum, whatever we have recorded. See, so V minimum value and V maximum value. So these two values are substituted in this particular equation 7 and 8. Once after substituting and simplifying, we'll get L at t minus pi by 2 will get the value, and that will be of equation 9, and L at t plus pi by 2 will get, and that will be equation 10. And after that, we after simplifying all these equation 9 and 10, it is been considered a condition that whatever the distance traveled will be at t minus pi 2 will be equal to, it should be equal to t plus pi by 2, and that should be equal to normal distance L. And it is be a condition analyzed here for these three differences when it is being influenced by negative RF field here, when it is being influenced by positive RF field, one it is being influenced by this L over here. Okay. So now after equating all these expressions which we have got from equation 9 and 10 with respect to standard equation L, and the standard equation L already I have told you. So this is the standard equation L, V naught T1 minus T naught. So those two, L at T minus pi by 2, L at T plus pi by 2, and those two are equated to this particular L, which is a standard one. That is a reference one. So once it has been done, we'll get the expression as T1 minus T naught is equal to pi by omega, V naught by V1 minus pi by 2 omega. And here it is being taken as V1 value is been very much less compared to the V naught, whatever it has been applied. Then this particular term as it has been very high value. So this term will be very high, so that this will be neglected. Pi by 2 omega will be neglected here. The same, the neglected term, once again, I am removing here. This is been regarded as once again T1 minus T naught is equal to pi by omega, V naught by V1. So pi into V naught, omega V1 I have written. So this has been totally neglected here. And now with this, we know that pi V naught by omega V1. So where the value of T1 minus T naught, if we consider is an equation, standard equation as a reference equation, you can take this as a equation 6. So take this as an equation 6 here. So T1 minus T naught can be written as L by V naught. Okay, from equation 6, T1 minus T naught, it is been regarded as L by V naught. So that I am using this particular equation here. So T1 minus T naught can be written as L by V naught here. And this is been right side term as it is, I am writing over here. And after that, I am taking this V naught to the RHS, so that L is equal to V naught, pi V naught by omega V1. And if we substitute, the value of pi is nothing but 3.14. By substituting that, we'll get the distance at which the bunching is being taking place. So that L maximum will be equal to V naught as it is. Pi is nothing but 3.14. This V naught as it is I am writing, and omega V1 and omega V1 is being as it is. So this is the final expression of the bunching process. Okay, where the maximum bunching will be taking place. At what particular distance the bunching is being taking place will be regarded mathematically by using this particular expression is said to be the mathematical expression of bunching process. This is how the velocity modulation and bunching process it is being taken out. I'll be doing it once again, just within just 2 to 3 minutes. The meeting will be winding up. Next, we will be doing within a small equation and efficiency equation and a power output equation. In just 5 to 10 minutes, it will be completed. So please stay back because we don't know the question may come in which particular topic. Okay, please join back so that you may get a question in the first half, whatever the class it is being covered. The second half also it might be. So yesterday's and today's class, you may get questions based upon that. Please join back. So where I was doing within a bunching process, and so this was then a bunching process where at different time intervals the bunching point is been taking place because of influencing by negative RF, zero RF, and positive RF. Okay, and first I have considered a standard distance which is being traveled by the electron beam by taking these two as a reference points, reference velocity and reference time period. And using this particular standard equation, I am calculating the distance traveled by the electron influenced by the negative RF field. Distance traveled at t minus pi by 2. I am writing the expression as V minimum here and replacing this particular equation in time period. Okay. So similarly, I am calculating the maximum distance with maximum velocity V maximum at t plus pi by 2. Okay. At t minus pi by 2, what is the distance? At t plus pi by 2, what is the distance? I am calculating it. And that can be done by here. You can see here at L at t minus by 2, it will be of V minimum at t minus pi by 2 and a distance at t plus pi by 2 V maximum, because it is being influenced by positive RF signal. And now with respect to this, by using the diagram, these equations A, B and C, D can be written over here. The same I am writing over here. And with this CD, A, B, C, D has been written, and this C and D can be obtained by substituting the value of omega t in equation 5, where sin omega t we have got here, and this sin omega t has been of 90 degrees, which can be replaced here. So minus, we'll get this particular equation as minus, and this is plus. These are the four equations which we have got, A, B, C, D. So once we substitute the values of A, B and C, D in L t minus pi by 2 and L t plus pi by 2, we'll be substituting and we'll be simplifying. And for that, it has been approximated that here the time taken for those two will be almost equal at the equal distances which may be of traveled. So then equating all those distances over here, then it is being taken the time period as we will get the, after simplifying these equations, we'll get T1 minus T0 is equal to pi by omega V0 by V1. Okay. And because of V1 is being very much small, this will be very high. Hence, this will be neglected. And the same, I am considering the same equation over here. And this T1 minus T0 from equation 6, we can take as distance is equal to time is equal to distance by velocity. And replacing this by L into V0, this T1 minus T0 is replaced by